How's my hair?
Strong. So strong.
My hair could lift a car off a baby if it had to.
Absolutely. Well, I like to hear.
Education is our future. Farmers are this nation's backbone.
Bankers,
Women, veterans, Filipino tilt-a-whirl operators are this nation's backbone. Salamat.
7 years ago.
7 minutes ago.
7 years. We were given a man. A man who gave us a movie called Anchorman. Now, 7 years later, he gives us a political comedy. Really? Nothing out of that?
No, you're dudes.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
You get 10 dudes out of 10. End of the review.
Yeah.
Oh.
See you guys.
Well, I guess I'll be reviewing the campaign alone then.
Yeah, you will. Just kidding.
Yeah, the campaign.
I wasn't.
For those of you who haven't been watching a TV or been living under the rock, the campaign is the apparently epic comedic showdown between Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis.
Yes, yes.
And this will be, I think this is going to be a different review than most would expect, because I think, at least from talking to you guys beforehand, this is kind of the first review where all of us aren't on the same page.
Yeah, I would say.
But we'll get into that. The plot here is that Will Ferrell plays Cam Brady, who is a congressman from North Carolina who has, was it 3 or 4 successful terms in
I think
office?
it was 4, actually.
Yeah,
He's been in office for 4 straight terms because no one has run against him. But here comes Marty Huggins, played by Zach Galifianakis, who decides to put himself on the ballot and go against Cam. And from there comes a political comedy with a bunch of hijinks and just a bunch of crazy stuff that you would expect from Ferrell and Galifianakis. But I think it's one of the worst films from the both. I'm not saying it's completely bad.
I mean, think
Right.
about what they do today, though. They try and take 2 random stars that they think are funny, and they try to put them together in a movie.
Right.
Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes there's a little bit of a middle. This one was towards the low end.
I would say I actually would kind of agree on that. I think the thing with this movie is that you have, at least the problem that I had for it is that you had both of these comedic actors pretty much playing the same character that they played in every movie.
Right. Yeah.
Will Ferrell plays kind of like, I don't know, a
douchey,
cocky, very cocky.
moron, idiot.
Yeah.
It's what he's good at.
Well, it is what he's good
It is
at.
what in Zach Galifianakis, he played what he's good at, kind of like a creep.
Awkward.
Very, like, uptight.
Married to a fat lady.
Right. Like, he played it, what he's good at,
Got
too.
something against my people?
Nope, I'm just saying the truth.
You're 2 feet away from me. Watch your damn mouth, bitch.
At least you're not a little fat kid who goes and gets goats at the petting zoo to lick your wiener.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now that seriously was the funniest part of the movie. Zach Galifianakis' one little kid had the fattest little face you would ever want to see.
He was a ginger.
Oh my god. That was seriously, like, he was the funniest part of the whole movie, I would say.
I mean, I think your main problem here is that you have generally, I don't know, it's a weak script.
I mean, he's not that bad. But it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's still pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah. The script on the whole it's just hit and miss. It's kind of weak on the whole.
Yeah. I can't... It's just about 2 famous people, and they threw them together in this political debate.
That's what I'm telling you.
And that's like what Wynn said, like, there's nothing too special about it. I mean, it's
there's
exactly
nothing
what you're going to expect.
There's nothing that you remember.
Don't
fondly from.
get me wrong. It's funny. You'll laugh a little bit.
Right.
You'll laugh. It's no Step Brothers. It's no something else. It's just funny.
I was laughing throughout the movie, but I wasn't on the floor crying like I was in some of Ferrell's other movies.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think the thing that does it for this movie is that there's not that craziness factor to it. Like, there's not those insane one-liners that just make no sense.
I feel like there were a lot of them.
No, I don't feel like it
I feel
at
like
all.
half the time I didn't get it for a lot of the.
I feel like there were a lot of crazy one-liners. Like,
There's only one-liner that I would consider a good one for
really?
Yeah.
The kid.
Well, they weren't very good one-liners, but there were a lot of them. There weren't any special ones that stuck out to me, but
There's
were.
only one that got a really hard laugh out of me.
Really?
Yeah. I think the other thing, I would almost have to say, this is another one of those comedies where the supporting cast, it's not the main actor that the supporting cast does better. But, and by that, I mean...
Who played Marty's, like, manager?
It's Dylan McDermott from American Horror Story.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. He was funny. He was creepy.
He was the funniest
funny,
one in the
yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
That was
And
pretty cool how they did him.
He has somehow turned his whole career around because he's like Robert Downey Jr., where he had alcoholic problems, and now with American Horror Story and probably this, he's made a complete turnaround.
Yeah,
cool.
I like him. He's good.
No, he was the best part of the movie by far. I mean, he's just a psychotic, will do anything to like do his job type of guy. I mean,
Yeah, man.
there's one scene with a shower that has me just me laughing hysterically.
I mean, he even looks every part he does, no matter what he can do.
Yeah.
He looks.
Right.
But I think the supporting cast does a great job. I think McDermott's really funny. I thought they toned down Sudeikis a lot, which was kind of upsetting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
But
Minor roles.
yeah,
Minor roles.
I would have to say the one thing I do have to give this film is that it's not only it is very I would say it's very honest about how politics are. I hate to say that, but it is true.
It's also a joke.
It's cutthroat, you know?
It's
Yeah.
also a joke.
Yeah,
But-
it's joking about like what happens in the actual business.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But it is funny, and I would have to say the other thing that I do have to give the film credit for is that oh shoot, I just lost my point.
Well,
I would okay. I would have to say that it does do some jokes that I thought they wouldn't have the balls to do.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, and by that I mean they're very political jokes, and they're jokes that just make our political system look terrible.
Yes.
And those were the jokes that were getting me the hardest.
Yeah.
Like the one where I won't say what happens, but they're in the meeting room and some guy says a point and they kick him out.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I know what you're saying.
yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, and it's just stuff like that. But this is also a disappointment for me because this is done by not Adam McKay, who always does Farrell's movies, but it's done by Jay Roach, who he did one of my favorite comedies of not last summer but 2 summers ago, Dinner for Schmucks.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, and
that was a great
He did
movie.
Dinner for Schmucks and he's done Meet the Parents.
Whoa.
So I think the thing that I was expecting with this is I was expecting them to push the envelope and just how far they were going to go, because both those movies did. I mean, Dinner for Schmucks had scenes that... Dinner for Schmucks had scenes that were just gonna, like... that just made you feel uncomfortable. They did.
Dinner for Schmucks, I feel like they put Steve Carell and Zach Galifianakis together that time, and they did exactly what they did in the campaign. They put 2 big actors together.
Yep.
And
Well,
but it worked pretty well.
The difference that I see in the Dinner for Schmucks and this is that Dinner for Schmucks, like I said, it just had those moments that were so funny it made you cringe.
Right, that
Like-
movie had me crying, laughing.
Like
So
they,
hard.
like that whole lunch table scene.
Oh my God.
You're cringing
We're
the
losing
whole
it.
side,
So
the whole
much.
time.
Right.
And this movie didn't have that.
We are.
This movie did not have what I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't horrible.
No,
Well,
that I'll agree. It wasn't horrible.
This review has gone to
It was
shit.
terribly mediocre.
Yeah. So,
That's what I would say.
what would you guys give it on our rating system?
Like,
Matinee, rental, full price.
I would just go see it in theaters.
So
I would say
matinee.
I would say a very good rental. If I had to do it a second time around, maybe a good rental. I don't know.
Yeah, but if you
Yeah.
go see it in theaters, you pay $5. Go see a movie.
I know. I really.
I'm with Win. It's a rental. I mean,
just why
Rent it, yeah.
This is why we have Redbox.
yeah, it's a rental. I mean, there's nothing special to it. But if you're gonna watch it, it's not like you're gonna get pissed.
No.
No.
It's not terrible. It's just
I'm not
to
tearing
me,
it apart. I'm just
No.
saying.
No, to me, it's just kind of a it's just kind of mediocre.
Right.
Especially for the actors that are in it. I just feel like it just kind of let the ball down.
Yeah.
But
I really think we've said it all right now.
yeah,
There's nothing more to say about a simple movie like that. I mean, the concept's so simple that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought you were gonna give it a higher rating than you did.
Nah.
All right. Well, that's it. So
Have a good day.
till next time, guys.
Refuse to lose, and I will win.
This dog has a lot of fight in him.
Marty Huggins? What do you got there? Is that a crossbow? Ah! Ho! Black Hawk down!
Gentlemen, we've got some babies to kiss.
That's my baby to kiss.
Stop it!
He just punched a baby.
Is anyone asking how my hand feels after punching that iron-like jaw of that baby?